Alright, yeah, welcome back to our giant revision class where we dish out thought-provoking and message-oriented questions for our prospecting UTME candidates. Here is another question still under mechanics, elasticity to be precise. A force of 12 Newton stretches an elastic material by 45 mm. What additional force will stretch the same material by 50 mm, assuming that the elastic limit is not exceeded? Then we have this option in a question like this. So I told you, do the normal thing, fundamental neutral, so that the inspiration will come out. Then a force of 12 Newton. So you write out your parameter for simplicity. F1 is equal to 12 Newton. So F2 we don't know. So then E1 is equal to 45 millimeter. Then E2 is equal to 50 millimeter. What really happened with this question? So initially, that material was in this amount of force, 12 Newton, was applied in causing a distortion to this material, and the material become longer by 45 millimeter. So that is the 45 millimeter was the initial extension. Then later we added certain amounts of force again. So certain amount that we don't know. So then the only thing we knew was that the new extension is now 50 millimeter. That is, the material is now 50 millimeter longer than the original length. So we are now told to determine the actual amount of force that was applied to this 12 Newton. That's what we want to do now. So then from your Hooke's law, we have this formula: F is equal to KE. So don't forget, this K is always a constant. We call it constant of proportionality. Then you can rewrite and you say F over E is equal to our constant. When you say something is constant, it means whether you go to London, anywhere in the world, the ratio is always the same. That is, the value will not change. So now, therefore, as we have it like this, we can equally have F1 over E1 is equal to F2 over E2. Then let's see, this is the value of constant in Nigeria. This is the value of the constant in London. Remember, we have told you that the value remains unchanged. Then let's go. F1. Now, wherever you see your F1, what will be there? F1 is 12 over my E1 is what? 45. Be a smart student. Be a smart student, as I used to say. This is millimeter. This is millimeter. So, though millimeter is 10 raised to a minus 3 in case of theory aspect, but this is objective. Nobody sends you that. So we just pick the correct answer. This one will surely cancel out. So you don't need to waste your time. 12 over 45 is equal to F2. I don't know. F2 over E2 is what? E2 is 50. By the time you cross multiply, F2 multiply by 4, 5. So F2 multiplied by 4, 5 is equal to 12 multiplied by 50. When you do that very well, your F2 is equal to 12 times 50 over 45. So therefore, 5 here, 9. 5 here we have 10. 3 here, 3. 3 here we have 4. So we have 40 divided by 3. 40 we divide by 3, that will give you 3 here. That is 13.33 Newton. 13.33 Newton, that is our F2. My F2, so, is equal to 13.33 Newton. Remember, the question is now telling you to look for the additional force that will be added to the initial 12 Newton to stretch the material by 50 millimeters. So what you just need to do just to subtract this from the initial force. So F2 minus F1 will be 13.33 minus 12 Newton, and then if done properly, that will be 1.33 Newton. So, and B is the correct answer. Thank you very much for watching.